Yo, listen, my name's KG. I support Man United, and I come in crud. I come in disingenuous peace, bro. We'll see what happens in it.
My name is Tobes. I support Spurs. I come in peace, but I also come to put Arsenal fans in their place.
Hi, I'm Matisse. I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't come for peace. I come for problems.
Come on, people. It's Turkish. I come in peace, but I don't mind a bit of war.
What's good, people? It's your boy Drift. I support Liverpool, and I'm going to try my hardest to come in peace.
I'm Ryan, I come in peace, but Chelsea put a £50 million bid in for it.
Welcome back to AFTV. Time for another week. Come in peace, plenty to debate. And Jamie Carragher had his say on the Super Sunday game, saying Unai Emery has a body of work and the experience he's got probably, arguably makes him the third best manager in the league. And we're going to have it out. And we've got fans here who maybe have some managers in with a shout. Let's welcome Ryan, representing Brighton, and of course Roberto De Zerbi. Let's do a round of applause. Welcome. We've obviously had you on AFTV before. You've done box to box with Turkish. So welcome to the channel again, mate.
Thank you, mate. I think this is the first time I've done like a group thing with Big Six fans that isn't about relegation. So I can come here talking about my manager in a good way, and I don't have to talk about relegation. It's great, James.
Yeah, no, Brighton's flying high, absolutely. Welcome, Drifty, Liverpool fan. And of course, Jurgen Klopp, you're pretty relaxed. You can sort of sit here quite neutrally and just let the carnage take place.
Speaks for itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Neutral in this argument.
Absolutely. We welcome Turkish, big Arsenal fan who's about to fight for Arteta like you've never seen before. Welcome Turkish, of course, Tobes, Tottenham fan, Pochettino doing great work with Spurs. And former Spurs manager Pochettino leading things for Chelsea, some big wins recently, so maybe a little bit more chess than we would have had.
Maybe so, hopefully.
Let's go into it. Let me just start by asking anyone, come to the table as you wish. Anyone agree with you with Jamie Carragher's statements that Unai Emery is the third best, or that it's arguable?
I don't disagree, but there's a debate.
Yeah, it's arguable, man. But if you're looking at it in black and white, then I think he has a fair shout in terms of experience and like the trophies he's won in comparison to the trophies that the managers outside of Guardiola and Klopp have won, right? But I think that the argument needs to be a bit more nuanced, right? Because he's managing Aston Villa. When he managed a big team in the Prem in Arsenal, he didn't finish in the top four. He didn't win any silverware with Arsenal. The only big team that he's managed outside of Arsenal is PSG, and in PSG he got sacked and he lost out on a league title there as well. So I don't know, man. I'm not trying to discredit Emery, but I feel like there's multiple ways you can go at this discussion.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just remind ourselves: Unai Emery's managed Valencia, Spartak Moscow, Sevilla, PSG, Arsenal, Villarreal, Aston Villa. I mean, that's going all the way back to 2008. There were clubs before that, so it's a really good roster of sides. We've got Pochettino, obviously, in the fight, who's managed Espanyol, Southampton, Tottenham, PSG, Chelsea. So interesting the comparisons with PSG and Emery as well. De Zerbi doing great things at Brighton, Shakhtar Donetsk, Sassuolo, a few Italian teams as well. Postecoglou, who's got, he's got a lot of trophies to his name, and he's done great work at Brisbane Roar, Melbourne Victory, Australia, Yokohama, F Marinos, Celtic, and Tottenham. I think Ten Hag is in with a debate. Maybe I know things aren't going well for Man United. He's done good work at Utrecht and Ajax. Eddie Howe, I think, for the work he's done at Newcastle, in with a shout, and Arteta, whose only body of work is at Arsenal. Let's talk about De Zerbi, because I think of all the managers that you could put forward, he seems to be the one that the managers we laud up, like Guardiola and Klopp, he seems to be the most praising Pep. He talks about De Zerbi sticking to his principles all the time. He's done a great job with Brighton, taking you into Europe, play some of the best football in the league. Would you put him in with his... How do you compare him to Unai Emery?
I think last season, if I was here, I could say that a bit more confidently. But I think this is the thing with Brighton. This is what everyone in the sort of, I guess, Big Six circle always says, is that we have a player, he needs to be sold. We have a manager, he needs to move on, need to upgrade. But it's so obvious that it's just not that at the minute. You need De Zerbi to give him time. I mean, this season, we've had so many injuries. We've lost our best players, as Chelsea know, over there. And we've struggled with it. And it's not a secret. We've had a lot of injuries, and it's been a tough season. I wouldn't put any complete blame on De Zerbi for that. But at the same time, there's decisions that aren't always right. In-game management thing.
See what you were saying about Unai Emery and how he didn't really do it at PSG, didn't really do it at Arsenal, though he did win trophies at PSG to a degree.
The PSG one, I give him a blight because PSG is just PSG, right?
Everyone fucks up. Everyone messes up at PSG.
Yeah, but it's the Arsenal one, right? Sorry, I interrupted.
Well, no, but I think if Pep Guardiola left, I think City look at De Zerbi before they look at Unai Emery. This is why I find it hard to say.
Not yet.
Do you think? I think they look at him more.
I think so too. And the reason why I think that is because I think with clubs like Man City now, they are protagonists, right? You need a manager who's going to be a protagonist. And I think Emery, when he was at Arsenal, he struggled to make Arsenal into a team that were protagonists. Like they were not a team that wanted to constantly play on the front foot and put as much pressure on the opposition as possible. I think the football we're seeing at Aston Villa is a blend, right? I think when they want to play on the counter, they can play on the counter, they can dig in deep. But I think at home, he's showing a lot more bravery, and he's actually committing a lot more players to actually go and squeeze the opposition high up the pitch. So I think you're seeing Emery able to mix both facets of his management well at Aston Villa. But I think when you're at clubs like Man City, with all due respect, that's a non-negotiable, right?
Yeah.
It's a non-negotiable.
It's horses for courses as well, because when I look at Emery, listen, he deserves to be in the debate for third. And if someone said Emery's third, I'm not going to argue against that. I think it's a debate because Emery's a great flexible manager. He can work with what he has, and he's shown that over the years. But look at the clubs that he's left and what's happened to the clubs afterwards. I'm not necessarily saying they've all fallen off, but they all haven't been left in a great place. So he's more a manager that comes in, works with what he's got, and might pull a trophy out of the bag. But when he leaves, there's no structure left in place. I think Arsenal's the most obvious there, where he left and then you finished 8th twice. We didn't really have a direction, where Zerbi is someone you can kind of give the floor to, and he can kind of clean up from bottom to top essentially, and someone that can essentially put your club in a better place regardless of if he's at the helm or not. And I see that with Arteta as well.
I do think though with Emery, having that versatility in your bag in terms of tactics and in terms of approach works when you don't have good depth. Considering Tottenham, right? Postecoglou, you see they don't have great depth. So as soon as the key players go out, you're still playing the same way, and you might not get the results. Emery wouldn't go like that. He'd drop that line and make it deeper. So you have to kind of distinguish, what do you rate? Do you rate having a bag of tricks and having that versatility, or are you going to be more stubborn and more strict? We had it with Sarri, where it's just one way. Because I've seen Zerbi, listen, he's played some great football, but then I've seen like Liverpool, they take advantage of the first phase, the press, and you do it again, and you can see the second goal. It's like, why didn't you change that? But these guys are like stubborn. So,
but that's what makes Brighton hold some beatings. Because they, you know what I mean?
They stick to it.
They stick to it, and if it ain't working, it's like, who was it the other day that you lot played?
Sheffield United.
And you like really like, no, I think it was Villa. Was it not Villa?
Villa, that was a battery.
But you never changed. Villa just battered you, and it was like, ain't he going to change? It's like, nope.
We were in a situation, again, it comes down to, we are a team that loses their best players. So we've got a midfield, I think, on the day of the Villa game, whereas Jack Hinsselwood, it was his first game. He's been there since he was in the under-9s, I think. And we had Billy Gilmore against Douglas Luiz, etc., Ollie Watkins. They're powerhouses of players, right? We're never going to put up with that. So, yes, De Zerbi can take the blame, but at the same time, it's above him, I think, in that sense. As you said, I think De Zerbi needs that structure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's more so about him taking blame. I think it's quite, sometimes as fans we're quite harsh. Like, we praise a manager for what they're so good at, and then the moment one thing goes wrong, oh my God, why didn't he change it? I think like in that Aston Villa game, to be fair, like there's things maybe he would have been able to do had he had some players available. Maybe go with someone that's a bit more combative in the middle instead of was it Hinsselwood? Hinsselwood, yeah. Because I remember that game. Your midfield was getting pammed to dust, man. So
telling me, mate.
So I think if he had maybe players available, he might switch it. But at the same time, you can't really persecute him for not switching it, because it's that style of play that's got Brighton to where they are right now.
Yeah, how much do we hold it against Emery that he does seem to be, you said horses for courses, there's certain club, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, that he's got the ability to overperform, like you said, use what he's got. But I remember Sam Allardyce coming in when he got the Leeds job. I mean, by the way, we was box office for the few weeks we had him, and he was saying, I know as much as Pep and Arteta and Klopp, and the thing is, if you're talking about a manager, maybe this isn't true anymore, but at his best, if you're talking about a manager who could come in and get a team in trouble out the relegation zone, like is he as good at doing that as Pep and Klopp and whoever are at getting teams to challenge for titles. So what are they aiming for? Does that play a part?
He managed West Brom, didn't he? They went down.
Yeah, that's true.
He managed Leeds. They went down. So he was that guy maybe 6-7 years ago. Now you're not that guy. You can't just take the job and guarantee people survival. I'm to be honest, I'm quite happy that rhetoric around him is gone now. I don't really rate him as a manager now. He was a way better manager in the noughties. Like when he was managing Bolton. Then he went to West Ham. I thought he had a bit of a rough time at West Ham, but I felt like he did okay at West Ham. At Blackburn, I think he was at Blackburn as well.
Palace, he saved them.
Yeah, so like there were like there's commendable things about him, but like fundamentally the way he plays, right? His type of football is risk averse, right? So you can't say you know more than managers who are winning at the top and are applying more risk to the way in which they set up their teams. You can't do that. So you clearly don't know as much as these guys. If you did, you'd be where they are.
And I think Burnley is a great example to use now in terms of the horses for courses thing, because there's a lot of talk about Company not changing up the way he's playing in the Premier League and it's going to cost them. But I think the noise or the rumours around Burnley that I'm reading is that they know this could cost them. They know they could go back down, but they believe that if they stick with Company for 2, 3, 4 years, then their club will be in a much better position and eventually be back in the Premier League, mid-table, and then they can kick on from there potentially. So
that's how it started here. When we sacked Houghton, it was everyone was like, why are they sacking Houghton? He's kept him up. And then we get Graham Potter, nearly takes us down, by the way, in the COVID year. And now you've got Zerbi sort of taking it. It's just foundations, isn't it? I think that's what people forget.
All right, so we've developed the kind of debate around managers a little bit, but let's start putting some names in the ring then. If it's not Unai Emery...
No, he's up there. He's definitely up there. Like you have to. I don't know.
No, but if
it's black and white, then yes. Like no other manager outside of Klopp and Pep have won the trophies he's won. Right
with the clubs he's won them with.
Exactly, Villarreal, Sevilla.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not just CV.
There could be a cap off. There could be a cap for him.
I think it's underrated what he's done.
Can he manage a big team?
Yeah, he can.
Looks like he can't.
Do you think he can? That's what I've got doubts. Go on, Drifty.
Arsenal, for example, he did what Moyes had to do at Man United, right? Coming after 20 odd years of a legendary manager, club's in a mess, looks better than it is because the manager's keeping it in that way, and then he takes the blunt of it. If Arsenal had the patience and the ownership they'd have now, then he would have done a better job. Arteta got 2 8 finishes. He only got 1 in the Europa League final.
You can't say better job though, because better job. When has Emery built a team that
can
challenge
within
for
the time space
titles?
though, bro? Like if you think about it, he was there for 1 year and got you to your first European title for how many years?
I think he done very well with what he had, but you can't say if he stayed and got the time Arteta did that would be challenging for a league title, because he's never proven that with any.
No, but with the ownership as well. Because you lot actually put in now. You lot back your manager now. You spend money now.
He's got a good point though.
The money he spent Pepe and Torreira.
But the structure was all over the place, and you lot was doing all that. Like the agent was doing things for his boys and all that. Remember, it was all madness. And
so you're definitely putting Emery above Arteta?
He was a Hazard away from winning Arsenal their first European title. Like, come on, man, let's keep this a buck. If Hazard never had that great game, Arsenal win that.
He also absolutely bottled the top 4 race. We drew to Brighton at home, we lost to Palace, we lost. I'm not
gonna lie.
We got 3 at Wolves, Leicester, somewhere else.
Though, because in the end, he got left with nothing. If you say he's concentrating on Europa
but I get it, because trophies are what we're in this for. Nobody wants top 4. Everybody cries about top 4.
Would you hire Emery at Liverpool? If Klopp left tomorrow, would you go for Emery?
No, but I wouldn't be angry if he became.
But doesn't that say a lot that you wouldn't have him, despite how good all these trophies?
No,
What
because
he's done
the
with
level
Villa,
between him and Klopp's a whole another ball game.
No, but
do you get what I mean?
It's not just that though. You know, it's not just that. It's because of the standard, not just the standard that Klopp has set. The football that Liverpool fans have become accustomed to, you expect some level of continuity in your next manager. And with all due respect, the type of football Jurgen Klopp plays is not the same type of football that Unai Emery plays.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, Jurgen Klopp, it's there. With Unai Emery, it's there sometimes, but it's not there all the time.
So have you got Arteta ahead of Emery in this list?
That's a tough one, man. To be honest, I think if you're asking me who plays the better brand of football, without question, it's Arteta. But I'm finding it difficult to put Arteta above. One season finishing second, does not make up for what Emery's done in his career. So I think until Arteta gets Arsenal over the line again.
But if I have to, let me ask you something. Right now, if I have to say one of these managers comes into any of your clubs for the next 5 years, there's no sacking, there's nothing. 5 years they're going to be in charge of your clubs, Brighton, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea. Yeah. Do you pick Emery for the 5 years or do you pick Mikel for the 5 years?
Emery. He's won 3 European trophies. That's all I need to know.
It's quite crazy.
No, honestly, Arteta's got to get over.
Yeah, you're right.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Arteta's got to get over the line before I trust he can do anything.
Yeah,
it's Emery.
Do you know
100%.
what?
Emery as well.
As much as I like style of play, I like winning.
But he plays good with
And it's not
Villa.
like Emery plays awful football.
No, he plays.
And
he's
he
playing
played-
good. He's playing some good stuff now.
He played
with
good
Villa.
football with Sevilla as well. I think it's who he has at his disposal. If he had all the Liverpool players we've got right now, I think he'd play good football.
Yeah.
You know what it is though? I also think it's to Matisse's point. It's like I think when he's at the clubs that are like threatening to sort of breach into the top realms of football, that's when I feel like that's what is great about Unai Emery. Like he's really good at making a mid-table team punch well above its weight. Like that's what he specializes in, and you've seen him do it in Spain, and now you're seeing him do it in England. I think there are doubts on Emery making the step up to manage a big club, and I don't think that should shut the door on him for good. It's just more a case of if I was a Liverpool fan, I know that I've grown accustomed to what Jurgen Klopp has done for Liverpool, and that hasn't just been pleasing on the eye, but it's actually brought success. So I think the next manager to manage Liverpool should give me a lot more similarities to Jurgen Klopp than someone like Unai Emery.
I think you'd sooner, honestly, I think you'd sooner hire Eddie Howe. I'm not saying you personally, but Liverpool would sooner look at Eddie Howe and what he's doing with Newcastle than look at Unai Emery. I know that might sound a bit wild, but the football, the 4-3-3, the high intensity press, the using the home crowd.
But again, he's never won anything.
Exactly. So it kind of goes, you're kind of looking at potential with some of these managers. My thing with Unai Emery...
Arteta has won something. You keep on saying he hasn't won anything.
Oh, right.
He's won something.
My big
Emery's
thing
team.
is Unai Emery.
Well, Emery couldn't win something with his own team. Arteta came and won something with his team, bro.
Yeah, I mean...
And FA Cup, he had the whole run. It's not like he came in halfway through the FA Cup and he played Man City and he played Chelsea. It's not like we had Charlton and whoever
The irony though is he won that FA Cup playing a style that Arsenal fans would lament Emery for.
Yeah.
But that also...
That's the point.
No, 100%. But I actually look back at that and rate it because he came in knowing that he has no experience. He came in being very flexible. We played a back five essentially. Maitland-Niles was our left back and he was getting praised a lot for it. And over the years, now we've seen that wasn't Arteta. That was never his plan. He just done that for the now. And it worked for the now because we've got the FA Cup. Did it work the 2 years after? No. Obviously, 8th place, 5th place,
For me,
no.
Emery's won too many Europa League titles to not be above Arteta in this list.
Yeah.
In terms
But
of
is
fighting for
Arteta the
third.
closest challenger then? Because I don't mind people saying Emery's third. I get that CV means a lot, but is
So
Arteta
would you have
the
him over
closest
Pochettino?
challenger?
Well, there we go.
I was just
I
going to
think
say...
Pochettino and Emery's more of a discussion than Arteta and,
No way,
and
I
Emery
can
is.
explain.
Because Pochettino's also got his CV. Pochettino,
Tell me his CV, please.
Pochettino's done exactly what Arteta's done. Plus, he's also won at PSG, and he's done it for more years.
did he
Like
win-
what
what did-
Arteta
what did he
did.
win at
What
Tottenham?
Arteta?
No, he said he's done what.
What Arteta's
didn't
done.
win at Tottenham, bro.
Hold on, but what you're not ranking Arteta on this FA Cup. You're not, because if you was, you'd be bigging up Emery a lot
But
more.
you said CV, bro.
Yeah, Pochettino's CV.
What CV? What is on the CV?
Reached the Champions League final
He's
with
reached the
Tottenham,
Champions League
got
final.
runner-up with Tottenham, won the
We're
league
going to
with
see if Arteta
PSG.
can do that.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
finished second in a title race, playing good football,
But then if
developing
Arsenal
young
fans
players.
say we finished
Same thing
second,
as Arteta
it's-
just
you
did.
didn't win it though, so how come you can bring second in Champions League finals
Second's
here?
the only reason we're talking about Arteta, right?
Pochettino's gone to PSG, managed big players, won a title out there. Cool, you could say anybody can do that.
Yeah.
But Ten Hag, Ajax, it's not so easy. Now they're bottom of the league. But he's also, he's done what he's done at Southampton and Tottenham. Then he's gone and taken it to the next level at PSG and won a title. So he's done more than Arteta. And he's done exactly what Arteta's done. and
Winning
more.
a title at PSG is not
did-
more than
Well,
anything.
then when Arteta does it, he could be above him too.
You think Arteta won't go PSG and win a title?
I'm sure he would, but he hasn't done it.
Exactly. If you're
He
sure,
hasn't
but
done it.
He hasn't done it
But you
because
have
he
to
hasn't
do
had the
it.
opportunity, bro.
Oh, cool, but-
so we can't judge him on what he hasn't done because he hasn't
But
had the
we can't assume
opportunity.
that he would. We can't
All I'm saying is
assume.
Poch's CV's dead, bro. You put a piece of paper here and tell me his CV. Champions League final, lost. Tottenham, top
So
4.
Arteta's CV is
Tottenham,
better than
second.
Pochettino's.
Yes.
Mad.
So then by
Yes.
That's crazy.
Should I tell you
bro.
why?
Come
Should I tell you
on,
why the
bro.
CV's
Come
better?
on, bro.
Should I tell you why the CV's better?
Poch has done
No,
what
it's
he
not
did.
even
Come
just 'cause he's
runner
won.
up.
It's not even just because he's won. He's won the FA Cup and he's brought Arsenal to a title challenging side.
Why are we
But
acting
so
like the
would
FA
Tottenham,
Cup
bro.
is some
Tottenham
insane
finished
trophy to
second.
win?
Tottenham were a
actually-
hold on one second. Tottenham were a title challenging side when Man City and Liverpool were still finding their feet under Klopp and Guardiola.
Let me say something.
Hold on, Tottenham challenged
Nah,
for
this
a
is
title
wild.
when Conte came in. Pep came in and Klopp came in. That year is when Tottenham really challenged for the title.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it
That's
wasn't.
the year you finished second, bro.
No, we challenged for the title the season before. And the thing is, I was even going to let Matisse do the Poch talking because he's not my manager anymore, so I don't want to do this. But I don't like you being disingenuous because literally the thing that Arsenal fans praise Arteta for doing, Pochettino was doing it at Tottenham with a significantly
less budget, moving stadium,
moving from the old stadium to Wembley to the new.
Do we have a Harry Kane?
Allow
A
it.
30 goal. No, but you lot are saying he doesn't have the budget.
You have a
we
Saka.
don't have a 30 goal.
You have a Saka. You have a Saka for your academy.
Saka's a young blood, bro.
Yeah, and what do you think Harry Kane was when Pochettino came?
But,
what does that
he's
mean?
always banged from like 23 years of age. Kane has banged goals, bro.
Yeah, Kane. You keep saying this, right? But the season before Pochettino came was the first season Harry Kane was actually playing regularly for Tottenham
That's
in
his
the team.
breakthrough. Yeah,
in the
his
team,
breakthrough.
and that was towards the back end of the season.
Yeah.
Right. It was when Pochettino came. Obviously, Tim Sherwood gave Harry Kane a platform, but when Pochettino came, Poch used him in the cups and then introduced him into the Prem. You can't throw Harry Kane in Poch's face.
Of course you can, because if you've got a 30 goal a year striker, your job becomes considerably easier.
kind of
Okay,
made him
but
that
then I can say,
Did Poch make Kane then? Because that might. If you
I
say
didn't say-
yeah, then all right, fair enough. But was
I'm not-
Kane always destined to be this 30 goal striker?
No, I think Kane made himself a 30 goal striker because of Kane. It wasn't these managers gave Kane a platform. I can't say Pochettino made Harry Kane.
He got the best out of him, though.
No, but he got the best out of him. But Kane was already on a trajectory to bang, right?
I agree with
It's not like Harry Redknapp and Gareth Bale. Like Kane was on a trajectory to bang because he put in the work. He completely went on this mad evolution. He went from this player that was in and around the first team, going on loan to Leicester, to working on his game, honing his craft. Your point on Kane, I can easily make the same point for Saka because
It's not the same, bro.
why is it not the same? Because I could easily say Arteta has inherited an academy that is significantly better than Tottenham's, and from that academy he's inherited one of the best wingers in world football in Bukayo Saka.
And he spent
And he
a
also
whole heap more
inherited a
money.
whole lot more pressure than
And he's-
managing Tottenham when Pochettino walked through the door at Tottenham, please. Because the pressure at Tottenham then compared
There's
to the
not
pressure
been-
at Arsenal in
That's fair.
2019,
That's fair.
very different.
That's
Very
fair.
different. And we've seen Emery crumble under the media pressure here.
That's
so
fair.
why are we to...
Yeah, but
That is fair, but you have to this is why I like the whole context thing. That's why I like even though Emery's won a lot of trophies and Arteta has only won one, I'm it's still a debate to be had there because I don't think it's clear.
Do you know why it's a debate? Sorry to cut you.
Otherwise Ten Hag will be in the argument. He's
The
won
reason
stuff.
it's a debate is because when we're talking about being the third best manager, you've got Pep and Klopp who go for the 100-point tallies, they won Champions Leagues, all that. You're talking about who's the next guy behind those two that can do that. And despite his CV, we have doubts over Emery being that guy. I think Poch and Arteta are both closer. I think De Zerbi
I'm
is
with you on
closer
that.
to that guy than Nuno Emery. That doesn't make Emery worse than those. There's certain things that Emery does brilliantly, but if you are talking about the very, very elites going for the very best titles, I think Emery is actually 4th, 5th, maybe in that list of other managers.
Let me ask you, what's a more impressive achievement? Arsenal winning the FA Cup, right? Or Tottenham getting to a Champions League final as a manager? What would you say is more difficult to do?
With literally no player signed.
Yeah, please.
With no player
the
signed
answer
in the
is-
summer window and in the January window.
Because I know,
Shall I tell you why that
because I know
question's
if I was to,
disingenuous?
no, it's not.
FA
Because
Cup's not Arteta's greatest achievement.
it is.
It
It's
is
the only
not.
achievement.
It is not. Where was Arsenal in 2019 when he picked up the club? Where?
5th.
8th.
You were
And we
in-
was not even talked about at the top of the league. We was banter FC. We was laughed at. His greatest achievement is turning Arsenal into a club that you want to follow. You want to follow.
I want to
follow.
You want to follow the process. You lot used to laugh at processes. Now you're trusting the process.
Wait.
You're trusting the process.
Sorry.
Who brought that in?
Sorry.
Didn't you have
Is he high? Is he high?
Sorry.
Did you give him a dummy?
Sorry.
Did you give him a
We
dummy?
make processes
You
great
must
again.
be-
Bro,
Did you give him a
I'm on
dummy?
Big Six with these two
This
every
is-
week.
this is-
Yes,
can you imagine?
they went
Can you
from
imagine? He
laughing
thinks
at
he's the first one to have a process.
They went from laughing at processes.
You actually think
You actually think you invented process?
Is that what you think? You invented the process.
What do you think Pochettino was doing at Spurs?
Who are you lot following?
What was Pochettino doing at Spurs? Was that a process?
No pressure.
What do you?
Bro, Pochettino comes. Hold on.
This is
You've
the
asked
first
me a question.
No.
You've asked me a question. What was Pochettino doing at Spurs?
I didn't ask you a question. I didn't.
said what was Pochettino doing at Spurs?
That was a rhetorical question.
Okay.
I'm about to talk now because
What was Klopp doing at Liverpool? Is that a process?
Your
Alright,
point,
let's let Tobes come in.
your point is
I was
is-
gonna
is
say
so
that,
crazy.
Matisse,
You're
but I
talking
thought
about
I'd leave it.
you're talking about the
Hold on, because he was going to say something. Shall I tell you why I'm using Arsenal as the reference? Because Klopp came into Liverpool, process. You're right,
Process.
100%. I didn't say Arteta started processes. I said Arteta's process is what they're feeding off of their own.
No, it's not.
No, because you
Hold
haven't
on,
won,
I'm
you haven't won a
talking to
major
Drifty.
trophy. I'll
I'm
follow that
talking to
process.
Drifty,
I'll follow that
please.
process.
Do you
Not
mind?
yours. You ain't
Do
won
you
nothing.
mind? I'm having a conversation with my friend.
Not your process.
When you lot done it, they were still after Thomas Tuchel, the top managers in world football, right?
This is mad.
Antonio Conte, the top managers, because they want a manager that comes in and wins. There was no process there.
Oh, really?
But as Conte comes in and fucks them,
He thinks
as
he's him.
Tuchel comes in and tricks them, they're watching Arsenal trajectory going up and thinking to themselves, shit, we've got Conte and Tuchel, managers that are up there. They're meant to be with Pep and Klopp. And Arsenal are slowly overtaking us. Maybe
This
we
guy
do
is
need.
so-
He thinks he's him.
Well,
This
maybe
guy is so
maybe we do
disingenuous.
need Potter.
This is so
maybe
dis-
we do need
this
Ange.
is so-
mate.
this is so
now this guy
disingenuous.
in February. This guy, no Ange. What? We can't. Ange, we want better than that.
This
Now
is
he's
so-
trusting
this-
the
this-
process.
Do you know how this? Do you know how this is disingenuous?
was a process.
Do you know how this is?
But that process
that was a
was
process.
never meant to end with Tottenham challenging.
Do you know
There's
why
no
this is-
pressure there? Arsenal process was bringing back Arsenal to challenging for leagues. That
Can
was
I
never
ask?
Tottenham's process.
Can I
bro.
ask a question? Can I ask a question?
This is wild.
Can I ask a question? Right.
It's a tough
So
one.
Arteta, he took over from Unai Emery around December
2019.
2019. Where did Arsenal finish that season?
Eighth.
Eighth. Was there any pressure to get rid of Arteta in the summer? No, because he won the FA Cup. The next season, where did Arsenal finish? Eighth. Was there any pressure from the club to get Arteta out the club?
From the club?
No, from the club to sack him.
No.
There was no
Not
pressure.
from the club.
So your point around,
From the fans, yeah.
yes, he's working for a bigger club. Yes, there is more. In theory, yes, there is more pressure managing Arsenal, a bigger club, than a smaller club in Tottenham. But the fact of the matter is, his job security was under no pressure whatsoever at Spurs. Pochettino was close to being sacked in his first season at Tottenham. So you can't even come here and say,
he?
yes, he was.
Damn.
Yes, he was. Around there was a period.
Because they're dreamers, bro. What do they expect?
Stop saying dreamers. Stop saying dreamers. Nobody
I
was.
just don't even remember that.
Nobody was expecting. He even wrote about it in his book. Pochettino even wrote about it.
I read it. I got the book at home.
He even wrote about it.
Yeah,
I remember the game. Aston Villa. We won the game 2-1. I think Harry Kane scored a free kick. There was a runner results. There was a runner results where he was close to lose. He felt that his job was at risk. And your point about there's less pressure at Spurs. Okay, cool. There may be less pressure, but the manager turnover at Spurs was significant, right? Outside of Harry Redknapp, we had manager after manager after manager after manager, bro. It didn't work. So when Pochettino came in, it was top four. Everyone recognized Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. Why is it that after Pochettino leaves, it's now Big Six? Wait, I ain't finished.
But I wanna ask you something,
I ain't
because
finished. Pochettino leaves, it's Big Six. Pochettino leaves, it's gone from Spurs, pretenders, flaky to top four. Top four this, top four that, Champions League, consistent, right? So Pochettino distorted your perception of Tottenham.
Title contenders.
He positively distorted
Can I just
your
say one thing before we
perception
go?
of Tottenham.
Yeah, I want to get Ryan to rank him as well. I want to get
How can you then diminish the job that he did and then
get
put
your
Arteta?
views on it.
Remember, he was
Doesn't
a
make sense.
You're mistaking me. I'm not diminishing it.
And can I just mention?
How come you're so patient these days?
Title contenders.
I want to ask you a question. How come
because
you're
my
so
club is
patient?
not achieving. It's
Are
nothing
you
to do with
patient? Are you
But hold
patient
on.
because of Klopp?
I'm patient.
You're patient because of us, brother.
You know,
because
you're
you've
not
seen
the main
us be
character.
patient.
No, Arsenal not the main character.
I know you are, bro.
Listen to the camera. I know it's on AFTV. Arsenal are not the main characters. You are not the main characters. Can I just say? Who had Turkish sweating on the Champions League final night, praying to the high heavens that Pochettino and Tottenham would not achieve something that Arsenal have never done in their history?
One of the worst nights of my life.
Yeah,
But trust the
exactly.
process, bro.
Let's go over to Drifty and Ryan. Ryan,
This side of the table exists. I forgot about that.
I was trying to talk to my friend and they're just interrupting, bro.
How are you trying to this damn video about your friend? This guy's a joker, bro.
Taking a break, man.
Ryan,
Apologies, man. Apologies.
All right, man.
Ryan, you've got Zerbi,
Tried it.
Emery, Pochettino, Arteta. How would you rank the four of them?
Do you know what? I look at Zerbi differently just as a Brighton fan, purely because I look at him as someone that's an inventor. And that's the one thing I'd say that he's probably got over the majority of them other managers there, is that he invented a different style. Pep then started to use it, Klopp then started to use it, admittedly. And that's probably one thing that I could say Zerbi is clear on, is that he's an inventor. The rest, probably bigger achievers. So then that's...
First manager to play 4 centre-backs was Mikel. Just saying.
Yeah, but the first one to do
No, it was Tony Pulis.
No, I'm not even sending shade. I'm not sending shade at you lot. I'm sending shade at these two here.
Why are you sending shade at me?
It was Tony Pulis.
You might be right.
I remember.
I don't care. What's your point? He played 4
Okay.
centre-backs. So what?
As for Arteta, as for Poch, for me it's still. I'm with them on Poch. I'm sorry, Turkish Poch. And I say that because what he did at Tottenham is it has to be mentioned every time. And at Chelsea as well. I mean, they were a laughing stock really last year.
And now they're in the top 10.
That's what I mean. And you see, are you impartial? Are you a host? But I think to control the mess at Chelsea is not as easy of a job as probably a lot of managers will make it potentially look. I think Poch is doing a decent job. I don't think he's going to win them leagues, if I'm honest, but I think he's doing a decent job.
If he ain't going to win them leagues, then what's he doing there?
But then
that's what
He's raised up two of their biggest results
doing
in
the same
recent
thing Arteta's
history.
doing, really.
Drawing at home to Arsenal, drawing at home to City. That's come with Poch. It's true, actually. Big up.
If he's not winning leagues, he's doing what
Drifty,
Arteta's
go
doing.
on. You're a Liverpool fan. I really want to hone on this. Liverpool, your club. Who do you want out of all the
Liverpool
managers?
fan / Arsenal hater when you describe Drifty. Yeah, just so the people know, because I know what's coming.
Yeah, it's good to have you, Drifty. Go on, give us.
I do
Liverpool
believe
hiring the next manager.
I
from
do
the
believe
Premier
I'm
League.
best placed, as in, like you said, who would I take at Liverpool, being one of the clubs who's got the two best managers? It would be Poch. I think he's the only manager in the league I would actually take. Genuinely, I said, I do rate Emery. Poch would be the one I'd want. So I guess in the argument, it does have to be Poch. I can't believe I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to rattle the room. What's happening at Man United is so all over the place. We're looking at that. It's very disingenuous for Ten Hag to not be above Arteta and Zerbi. Ten Hag got Ajax to a Champions League semi-final, won leagues in Holland, and because Man U are all over the place, we're putting Zerbi, especially Zerbi, above him.
Especially Zerbi.
No, come on, let's be real. How is Zerbi better than Arteta? I mean, better than Ten Hag?
Can I tell you
Just
why?
because
Can I
Man
tell you
United
why?
are a mess.
I'll tell you why.
I know he's part of it, but
I hear
so was
you.
Mourinho, so
Yeah.
was all the other managers before.
Yeah.
Ten Hag cannot be off.
I'll tell you
the
why.
list.
Because they've had similar amounts of time.
No, but we've got to be
we're saying the
talking
third best in the
overall,
league
right?
right
It can't
now,
just
yeah.
literally be recency bias of
No,
like the
but
last
To even compare
12
us to
months or
Manchester
whatever.
United is ridiculous. So that in itself, we've got a team on the most part that if you combined all of the actual transfer fees together, it doesn't even make half of Manchester United's back line.
No, I do
itself
rate that.
is
But
why
how do we
Zerbi-
know Zerbi could handle the pressure of a
He
big
got us to
club?
sixth last
know
season.
that.
We
He
don't
got
know
sixth
that.
last
Man-
season.
Man-
Now
It's an
pressure.
unknown. It's
Yeah,
an
we don't
unknown. It's
know.
an unknown quantity. But the point is, Erik Ten Hag, whilst he inherited what was a messy situation at Man United, he's had significantly more to work with than
Way
than
more.
a Zerbi.
No, I
400
agree.
million.
And he's made a mess of it.
No, but so did every Man United manager. So I'm trying to be unbiased.
PSG
and not
rule.
That
just
is fair.
completely
You're right to
be
put him
like,
in the ring. You're
Do
right.
you
We
get what I
shouldn't
mean?
have
Like
discounted
everyone
him,
who goes
but-
Man United looks shady at
Yes,
the end.
yes,
but,
English PSG.
I do hear.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
I do hear
so
that.
It's a little bit unfair
I do
to
hear
just
that
rule
because-
out what he did at Ajax.
No, I'm not ruling
Do
it.
you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not ruling it out, right? I'm not ruling it out. It's more a case of you're seeing managers do more with less, where you have Ten Hag doing less with more. It shouldn't work that way. Like above all the issues that Man United have, fundamentally, you have to base it down to which manager is able to extract more from what they have available.
Stop this nonsense.
Simple.
I want to know what he's doing here. That's all I want to know, bro.
Is this Man United?
You, it's mad. Yeah.
Don't point at me.
I understand this.
Don't point at me.
I understand this. I
You
understand
sit down.
this.
You are late.
I
yeah?
understand
you
this.
sit down.
I
Why do you understand
this.
that?
Who the hell is this, bro? What the hell is he doing on this table? And you're talking about this service, bro. I was
tricky goals.
No. I had to
Tricky
I got
goals,
bro, because
mate.
I was nervous, bro. You man were talking about managers, and well done. You understand. Who is this guy? Seriously, no.
Tell him, man.
Bro, I was sitting in the back here, and I said, wait a minute. I recognise a lot of these shirts and stuff. And then he started saying, the who? To what? The non-champions.
Is this a reckless
Wait,
breakfast?
I want to know who he is.
I saw.
No, this is fraudulent, bro.
Robin
And
and eight.
how dare he, bro? In Brighton Hove Albion, yeah. And I know they've touched us a few times.
When was the last
Maybe-
time you beat
Hold on.
us?
When was the last time you've done anything?
When was
When was the last time, bro? Your
Manchester
competition
United.
is Crystal Palace, fam. You don't you dare, bro. This is a big thing. He's
you know
lucky
what?
to be
You're
here.
not far
He's
right
here
still.
because we
Come
needed
have
a
my
Spurs
seat.
fan. No.
Wait, stop pointing.
He's only here. He's only here because we just needed a Spurs fan.
No, what do you
to
mean?
make it simple.
No.
He's
We're
here.
here as a big
He's
six,
here
brother.
on a-
Wait, is Ten Hag better than
As
Postecoglou?
Tate says, he's here on a technicality.
Is Ten Hag better than Postecoglou?
What?
Is Ten Hag better than Postecoglou?
And Postecoglou. And's going to play a high line. He's going to play a high line no matter the what.
I'm liking
Hey,
their
wait, hold
football a bit more than yours.
Ange is the only manager that's lost 4-1 and been called brave, bro. I've never seen
Forget
this
about
in my
that.
life,
Nobody-
bro.
nobody forget
No,
about
we
that.
don't. We remember that, bro.
No, I'm saying forget
listen,
about that. I'm not calling
proud
it brave.
anyway. I
That's-
just had to come here to say I still want to know why you're here.
So you come in peace.
But I'm shocked.
Yo, Ryan, don't have it, bro.
The funniest bit is I know that we are still far clear of United. After all of that, I don't have to react.
You know why you're here.
That's why.
My
That's
thing
funny.
is with Ten Hag, I do actually think if he was given maybe less control, if he was in a setup where he had a well-functioning machine behind him to give him the players that he needs. Not you picking out the players. You tell what characteristics you need for specific roles, and they can get you those players. Because I think he's a good manager. I know
he had a good first season at United. That gets kind of forgotten.
He had a good first season on
so
the
you're
field.
saying he's
That's
more
my
a
point.
head coach
Recent
than a
guy,
manager.
third in a trophy,
No, I'm saying
and all of a
that
sudden
he's-
we're putting him below the Zerbi who's
I'm
on
saying
the
to
way
Drifty's
up.
point,
Do you get what I mean?
to Drifty's point, you can't discount the fact that he is working in a very unstructured
Shambolic.
setup at the moment. However,
Arteta
he's
comes
still-
into a shambolic
I
setup
agree.
and fixes it,
I
and he's
agree.
got no
But he was-
experience.
But he was given, I think.
Okay, but how many seasons did that take?
He was given
to get
Right,
to
so
see
and
it.
Ten
He
Hag's
was
in his
given
second
autonomy.
season.
He was
And it's
given
gone
autonomy to
backwards.
fix it. That's the thing.
Listen, Arteta started with 8th, and then he decided to start with 3rd and a trophy. Like, everybody has their different starting points. To your point, right, about Ten Hag as well, it is a shambolic situation he's working in. We talk about Zerbi. That structure at Brighton is beyond Zerbi, and everybody knows it. Tony Bloom is operating and running that club. Potter before him was like the bridge between the Houghton and then the Zerbi. Without Potter, you don't get that transition from a footballing aspect to what Zerbi's on. And I've seen that at my club before with Sarri to then Lampard, Conte to then Lampard to then Sarri. Frank Lampard tried to play a more progressive style of play. That helped when Sarri came in because it was like a bridge in the gap. So you have
Potter.
Didn't really help, did it?
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did.
I was gonna say.
It
I can't
genuinely
just
did.
discount
Conte to
Potter.
Sarri's wild.
But at the same time, we
finished fourth.
This is the thing. Everyone just thinks it's managers. It's just not. If you look at Brighton in the last 5 years since 2019, 4 years, we've built the entire club again. We've had to rebuild the entire club again. So we got in a director of football in Dan Ashworth, now at Newcastle, doing a good job. We then changed the entire business structure of how the club operates. We started getting, I think we've got the biggest global sort of network of scouts in Europe and in South America than anyone else. So we changed the whole structure of the whole club, went about it really quietly because we're a small team. No one cares about us, as we've just been reminded. And we know that. And that's what makes it great, right? Because, we feed off that. We want people to come in and say, who are you? Because at the end of the day, we just keep getting more and more results. We get these players that you're just going to give us 100 million for anyway. And that stems from starting this 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, as Klopp did. It starts from a long time ago. You can't just bring in a manager now to solve all the problems. It just does not work like that.
Yeah, agreed.
And ego's involved as well because but Ten Hag comes in and dismisses Ralph Rangnick like he hasn't just spent 6 months at the club analysing the situation to help benefit the next manager. He's come in, he's dug his heels in. I'm the boss now. Well, you're the boss. A year and a half later, it's on you, mate. That Anthony hasn't worked. That Sancho hasn't worked. That Varane is now upset at his situation. That Johnny Evans is back in the side now.
Yeah.
He plays a role in it. He does play a role in it 100%, but it's just a mad toxic environment.
I think the main point here is above what each of these managers are working with, right? They've been able to come in and quickly establish like a positive start that can bring their team results. The problem with Ten Hag is I felt like Man United were at their best last season when they were playing like counter-attacking football, and they did have some games where they would play some good stuff. But I think for the most part in 2023, it's mad saying this because they won a trophy in 2023. But in 2023, I feel like I would say maybe 20% of Man United games I've actually enjoyed watching. I think the rest have not really been pleasant, and it's been them sort of stumbling, relying on Marcus Rashford. I think to the point on the manager talk, yes, on paper it makes absolutely no sense to put De Zerbi next to Ten Hag, because Ten Hag has done what he's done with Ajax. Nobody can take that away from him. But fundamentally, when he's not able to get his team playing in a consistent way that can actually bring results. Like people are still asking now, like what is Man United? Like you can't see it. You can't see what they want to do with the signings they make. You can't see what they want to do with the way the manager's setting up the team. And you can see that with De Zerbi. You can see where these players
I agree. But to that argument then, Seb,
just quickly, no worries.
Does Postecoglou not have to be higher than De Zerbi then? Because whether you rate the Scottish League or not, he still blew it away. Did brilliantly, brought them back to glory days after
I don't know. The whole manager
style of play at Tottenham, now he's playing better. And this is no shade on Brand. I'm just saying, I think even though De Zerbi looks really good, he's like that flavour of the month at the moment. He can't be above managers who've actually won stuff.
So it kind of depends on what you're looking at. You're looking at CV achievements, what they're doing right now, resources. Let's get everyone's third place then. Starting with you, Ryan. Who's your third best manager?
Is this ranked on best manager?
It's honestly
how do you rank best manager?
Okay, I'll go first to set the tone.
Yeah, because I want to know what you mean by best manager.
It's whatever you want. I agree that Emery's got by far and away the best CV. 4 Europa League, the title with PSG, the clubs. But for me, the third best. Sorry, Arsenal fans. For me, it's Poch. It goes Poch, then Arteta, then Emery. Because for me, if I'm maybe even De Zerbi, because if I'm City or Liverpool and I'm looking in the Premier League to hire my next man, that's the order I'm looking in.
Can I go next just to justify?
Funny, I thought, didn't Brighton want Brighton looked at Postecoglou as well before?
Yeah, we wanted him before.
So for me, it's third, Poch, right? Developing of young players, man management, has won trophies, has done what Arteta's done, has played a good style, but is also pragmatic enough to be defensive. Done.
Cool. Toby, your third?
It's tough, man. it's tough, man. Yeah, I'll go with Pochettino. I'll go with Poch. Yeah.
Cool.
Close. So we're with Poch, but I think playing Chilwell at left wing done it.
Allow it.
So Arteta,
Allow it.
Arteta
signed William.
I gave you.
Cancels each other out. You signed William. Cancels each other out. No,
Go on.
Who edges it?
Arteta for me. For me. Probably a bit of bias there, but Arteta for me.
Sure.
Yeah, Poch for all the reasons that Matisse said. And he's the only one I would actually want at Liverpool out of any team left in the Prem.
Fair enough. And for you?
The way I look at it is, Poch is the only one that I would replace De Zerbi with, and I still wouldn't really want to do that. But De Zerbi isn't there yet, and that's why I can't back him. So
final question quickly: do you think he will get there, De Zerbi? Do you think we'll be talking about him with the elite managers?
He will be there. 100%.
He will be there.
He will be there. But
will he be there at your club?
I hope so. But it's time. If he values his career, he sticks around for another few years.
All right. We will see. Everyone let us know in the comment section below. Really good debate. Unai Emery was claimed by Jamie Carragher as there's a good argument for him being the third best in the league. He's doing great things with Aston Villa, but we put a lot of managers forward here. As Drifty reminded us, don't disrespect Eric Ten Hag despite what's going on at Man United. Postecoglou, Pochettino, Arteta, Unai Emery, Eddie Howe. We didn't really talk about him, but there's loads of managers in there. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Like the video, and KG, as you saw from that little, it was like a little post-credit scene, sort of like a little
nasty guy.
Little appearance there from KG, but we're going to get him in the next debate, so look out for that as well. Enjoy your international break. Catch you all in a bit.